Hello everyone, it's Going for it here, and this is going to be my Halloween story for you guys. Now this movie is completely non-fiction, it is 100% real, it did happen to me, it's a real life experience, and whether you choose to believe it or not, it's completely up to you. So let's begin. So basically, after a long night of trick-or-treating with me and some of my friends, we decided to depart from each other because we live completely different ways, we diverted different directions. I went one way, my friends went the other way. Specifically speaking, 3 of my friends live in the same area, so they walked up that way and I was left alone. But there was 3 options for me to get home. One of the options were to walk along this very brightly lit kind of street with busy streets and everything, where people would walk past and people would know me, and I chose not to go that way. The second safe option was to go down a place where the roads are really empty but there's a lot of houses, and basically it would be really safe to walk down that way. I chose to walk this way, which was non-safe, and I'm stupid of even thinking about it. It's a place called the Walkway, as I refer it. Basically it's a long path which leads under 2 bridges, and basically it's surrounded by trees, it's a lot of forest area, and it's just completely silent. Now there are lampposts about there, so I mean, I thought to myself, well, if there's lampposts, there's houses beside it. I mean, there's like, the branches kind of hide the houses from the world, but there was still houses there. Now my mum always used to warn me before I went out for Halloween, always watch out, don't split up in your group, don't walk away with anyone you don't know, because there's a lot of lunatics out on Halloween night, and she's of course right. This was when I was specifically speaking 12 years old, and it was the first time I was allowed out myself with my friends. And basically I didn't follow her rules. She said stick by this area, but in my mum's area there's not a lot of place or attractions of Halloween. But my dad's area, which is a kind of posh area, that's got a lot of Halloween attractions, so we decided to go there. Now basically that's me going a little bit too far back, but yeah, anyway, I basically walked down the third option. That was the kind of unsafe way. Now basically this is where the tale actually begins. Now I was basically just walking down this path with nothing to fear. I mean, it was a really foggy night. That may sound cliche, I know it's Halloween time, but it was actually really dark. It was also really windy, the leaves were blowing about the place, and it was actually a really scary atmosphere. Now basically I was just walking down this path, mind my own business, when I heard footsteps behind me. So I turned around and there was nothing there at all, and I mean nothing. I thought it would just be like trick-or-treaters following me behind, but there was nothing at all. So I started gaining my speed, then I heard yet another set of footsteps behind me. So I went behind again, there was nothing there. So I decided to walk a little bit faster, and yet again I heard the same footsteps, but this time they were getting very much louder. So I turned around, there was nothing there at all. This is when I started to run, because I was really getting really scared, and it was just really weird actually. And I might sound like I'm repeating myself, but it was really weird. So basically, yeah, I arrived home, I felt safe, I told my mum about the whole experience, and about 5 minutes later the door rang. Basically, yeah, I told my mum to answer the door because I was too frightened to. She answered the door, no one was there. I just thought it would be like a kind of practical joke between 2 trick-or-treaters or whatever. And then about 2 seconds later the door went again. Of course she answered it again, no one was there. I was really quite scared again. And the 3rd time it was chapped, my mum decided to answer it again. And there was a kind of 2-minute delay, and I was like, I can't hear any voices, so I turned my head round. My living room's there and my front door's right there. So I turned my head round and I couldn't see my mum at the door. The door was wide open and the code was getting in. So I looked about, I was like shouting, "Mum, where are you?" But there was no reply back. So I guess she just went like to the shop or something. I don't know, when I was 12 years old I went completely off. My mindset was totally different. So I shut the door, not locked it or anything, just awaiting her arrivance back. And basically the door went again, and I just thought this was my mum. I thought she thought that I locked the door or something, but there was no one there. And I just let out this almighty scream. I was like, ah! What is happening to me? I just thought it was a curse or something, but I was totally terrified by this point, and I was actually in tears by this point. And I heard the door opening and shutting, and it was my mum, and she was asking me, "Are you okay?" And I goes, "Yeah," and I was like, "Where are you?" Because I was really frightened there. And she goes, "I was just walking up and down the street to see if there was any like practical jokers just walking around or anything." And I accepted that, the fact. And we were kind of hugging each other at the time, like, and we were like I was really upset about it. I was really scared. I mean, I was only 12 years old. And then the door went again, and I went with my mum to the door to see who it was, and there was no one there at all. Now, this is a very scary experience. Maybe you don't think it is, but to me it very much was. We don't know to this day if it was just practical jokers, trick-or-treaters, or just someone in our family members trying to scare us off. I mean, we have family members actually next door to us, and I don't know if it was them or not, but to this day it still remains a mystery. Hopefully this story kind of scared you guys. It is a very scary experience, so hope you don't have nightmares, guys, and I'll see you later.